Want a Coca-Cola?
Not a very good treasure hunter. I still haven't found what it is I'm truly looking for, and that's a good relationship with my son. He really does hate the way I drive. Oh, look at, got a whole book of clues. And I will tell you this, if you go to Antler Saloon in beautiful downtown Wisdom, Montana, I am going to share a tidbit. But remember,
Nobody's on.
have you honestly been recording live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Holy shit, to what? YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You got any followers right now? How long's it taking
One.
to get-
We have one. Say hi.
One follower. Hello. Hey, join us on this wonderful hunt. We're going to learn some new things from this interview coming up. Right up there where the empty seats are is going to be filled with knowledge here before too long. That's Emma. Ha ha ha.
Just kidding. Okay. If we could put together a warm Seekers Summit welcome for the one and only Justin Toast.
That means you guys have a better chance of getting real food.
That's what I was hoping for. We have Howard grabbing us a book, just in case we need it. So he may just run up here and hand it to us at any moment. Is that your what?
It is.
There's Netflix.
Thank goodness. Okay. I think that the best part of, not the best part, there's so many best parts, but one of the most unique and coolest parts of this event was the Q&A with the vote. So now, look at that, the delivery system as well. So now we're going to start with the number one requested question from everybody here with the most ups. Which means one. Has anyone located or correctly identified the bride?
I'll answer this, but before I do, there's actually somebody I want to wish happy birthday to. Hayden, if you're out there, Hayden. Happy birthday to you.
Usually they want to say,
Oh, people will be early. Has anyone correctly identified?
has anyone located or correctly identified the bride?
Yes.
Wouldn't you guys wish you could add a little bit to that so I can do a follow-up? Here's the follow-up. Who? I agreed to my last follow-up, so maybe at the end, he's known for being a little entertaining. The second most asked question was, does time have anything to do with finding the treasure? For example, do you have to be at a specific spot at a specific time of day during any point following the poem in order to find the treasure? 20 people would like to know. Okay, one more time. Does timing have anything to do with finding the treasure? For example, do you have to be at a specific spot at a specific time of day during any point following the poem in order to find the treasure?
That's an oddly specific question.
It seems very, very specific.
What I will say is that the element of time, if it wasn't already obvious from the Netflix series, is an trying to eliminate those specific times to make things what I hope is clearer.
I think Jim's gonna fall in.
There are two times specifically that don't matter. And it's okay if you're off by a minute or so. I know it's a little hard to tell on the clock. At approximately 4:02 p.m., that does not matter. And at approximately 5:26 a.m. or p.m., that does not matter either. I hope that helps.
I mean, how could it not?
I also have some updated statistics that people may be interested in.
You know I love this.
So I think the last time I sent this out, boy, I don't recall what it was. It was pretty early in the hunt. And I posted some stats. And I'll read them off here for a refresher, and we'll talk about where they're at now. The number of people that have asked me to verify their solution before heading out, that was 24,101 people. And the updated number as of last night,
Oh, man.
if I can find the note.
A lot. Where did I put that note?
My goodness.
Let me look there.
There it is. It is now at 277,420.
Where did I put that note? And he looked up.
The next statistic, the number of people that have conveyed to me they are 100% sure they know where the treasure is. To be fair, I appreciate the confidence. That's really cool. It was 13,388 people, and as of last night, it is now 119,644.
Half of those people have also told me.
Next one was bribe attempt. That stood at 32. We are now at 1,221.
Oh!
I appreciate the effort, guys. I mean, a lot of enthusiasm. Blackmail attempts. That was at 3. We are now at 80. Again, valiant effort. Tracking attempts. This is a new category. It didn't exist. That is at 19. Search and rescue operations. Unfortunately, people that have required search and rescue assistance. That was at 1. And we've grown a little bit since then. It's 16.
People, we're smarter than this.
I think it's exuberance, and I can relate. Updated stats.
Well, we're not gonna bribe you today, we're just gonna ask nicely. How about that?
I appreciate those.
At which stanza does boots on the ground become absolutely required? Meaning, no amount of at-home research or mapping can substitute for being physically inside. We're gonna go to the book for this one. Sure, you can read that. At which stanza does boots on the ground become absolutely required? Meaning, no amount of at-home research or mapping can substitute for being physically on site. Kind of good one. You might answer it.
This is a very specifically worded question. One more time, I want to make sure I get it right.
You can have it as many times, I'll keep reading it. At which stanza of these paragraphs does boots on the ground become absolutely required? Meaning, no amount of at-home research or mapping can substitute for being physically on site.
Stanza 4.
Write that down, Jim. Okay. That was. Is the checkpoint a physical object that can be moved?
And I told myself tonight I'm going to try to not punt on any question.
Oh gosh, I hope.
I'll say that it's not something you need to worry about.
Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, you said you were going to clarify a checkpoint on a recent interview. I think it was X marks the spot, wasn't it?
What specifically was it in clarify? Refresh my memory.
You said, okay, I'll pull it up. Jim, text me. Okay. Is the something you find along the way something you placed there or something that was already there? Oh my gosh, I love these numbers. Sure. Is the something we find along the way something you placed there or something that was already there? Okay. Are the majority of the hunt items and locations located in the same state/county as the actual treasure location?
You know, I think about the forest venture runs, and pretty much any trip, and it seems that it's almost like sports teams form. And Team Montana, and Team Wyoming, and Team New Mexico. I've always found that interesting. They are somewhat arbitrary lines. So I would just generally be less concerned about the borders.
The old map said. That sounds like it. Okay, I understand the photographs in the context. My question is, were any of the photographs, not illustrations, placed to function as explicit clues, meaning they contain specific, deliberate information meant to help solve or interpret the poem?
I think they are useful, yes.
Oh my gosh. I can. I hope I'm not reading too quickly. I'm trying to enunciate a lot here. I understand the photographs in the book reflect your life and therefore provide general context. My question is, were any of the photographs, not the illustrations, placed to function as explicit clues, meaning they contain specific, deliberate information meant to help solve or interpret the poem? Justin said, as hope surges clear and bright is the first actionable clue. You haven't specified, but what is the last actionable clue?
Let me check.
To the book.
Especially just for one page. Which stanza has the last actionable clue?
But what's the last actionable clue?
View searchers.
Do you have the ability to view searchers if they are near the treasure?
That's a
First
yes.
time, boys and girls, that's a lot of questions answered so far. Does her face belong to the bride?
Does her face belong to the bride? Sounds like Santa.
It did sound just like Santa.
Depending on your interpretation, yes. But there are actually two ways to interpret this. Yes, it has. It's a no or yes, and then it's a true yes. That is true.
So what I heard was yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, okay. So good at interpreting these words.
Actually, I think it's probably fair to just say yes.
Yes. Oh,
There it
you
is.
go.
Yes.
Okay, are the place and the sacred space the same location?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Does returning to place imply a rotation?
That's a yes. That's a yes.
One more time.
Okay. Does return her face imply a physical rotation?
Boy, that's a semantically challenging question.
Welcome to Treasure.
I might get polls for this one later. But the technically correct answer is yes.
Okay.
Technically correct.
Is the cipher contained in a single section of the book or across multiple sections?
Who says the cipher is in the book?
Good day. Do you need to move a rock or anything else to see the container? And would a flashlight be useful during the day?
Gosh, these are tricky questions.
We've gotten a lot better.
I mean, there's
We're improving.
technicalities here that I get a little, there's something nuanced. I mean, I suppose, depending on the conditions, technically, yes, maybe a flashlight could be helpful. It's hard to say. I mean, that's a tough one. What was the other part?
Do you need to move a rock or anything else to see the container, and would a flashlight be useful during the day?
Something will need to be looking at in order to see
Are transitions between clues meant to represent movement across meaningful geographic separation, or are they simply conceptual steps within the same area? I was supposed to read that bad boy again. Are transitions between clues meant to represent movement across meaningful geographic separation, or are they simply conceptual steps within the same area?
This is another question.
Ooh.
It's toughly worded.
That's it.
She said Robin.
Yeah, there's a story behind it. I'll tell you later.
Each clue in the poem is not meant to convey great distance.
It's a mountain.
Does the whole reference in the poem corresponds to a place that actually includes whole in its name? Ergo, Jackson Hole or Big Hole River?
That's an on-the-nose question. I gotta pump that one. I'm so sorry.
Yes. That's a yes.
How many searches essentially a photo of the correct checkpoint?
Zero.
Nice.
Okay, you mentioned there's another book that can help you find your treasure. Is that book your grandfather's memoir? If so, he speaks a lot about vantage points, overseeing people and places. Did you incorporate that into your life?
Did I incorporate vantage points into my
Great
life?
question about the question. What about you?
Okay.
Let's do that. Okay, you mentioned there's another book that can help you find your treasure. Is that book your grandfather's memoir? The first question for you.
That is a little too specific. So,
Okay, so then here's a fun follow-up. I just lost the question. Hold on. How can I lose the question? Found it. If so, he speaks a lot about vantage points, overseeing people and places. Did you incorporate that into your hunt?
did I incorporate vantage points into my hunt? That's a weird one to answer too. I mean, there is I guess you could say a vantage point involved, but it's not like any of the clues are necessarily talking about that vantage point.
Figure out my question is, because apparently I was up there, I found it.
Oh,
How could it
you uploaded it.
Would a solver make more progress by searching for hidden thematic or symbolic rules governing the poem, or by treating it more like Horace Benn's poem, where carefully but largely literal interpretation of each line leads the way?
Probably roughly both information.
Okay. If we don't hit 2,000, what are the two states you would live in?
Yeah! Let's go, Justin!
Okay, you think all the time you need.
He wants to. He wants to.
He's gonna.
No, he might not. He might not. He might not. He knows we want it. He's not going to. He wants to, but he don't want to. What's he gonna do?
Yeah! Eliminate two. That
You can do it!
Where are these drivers when we need them?
Okay,
good timing.
all right, let's see.
Oh yeah!
Okay, no,
I thought he was.
2000 and now I'm
You really did. You bet against me and you won, and now I've lost.
It's not.
The treasure is not in color. And the second series.
It's not night at all.
Alaska. He's gonna say Alaska.
It's not perfect.
He's gonna say
But
Alaska.
if you're done, there's probably a state that would really help. It feels so good tonight when we went to sleep about it.
It's not in Alaska.
So would we.
He might say Oregon,
The
Washington,
treasure
or
and
Alaska.
all this produced is not in Oregon.
Alright!
You're filming the filmers.
Huh?
You're filming the filmers.
If he just broke your heart, no reason to leave.
I think it's time for comic relief. So,
Cat?
I'm going to tell a short story.
Thanks.
And you can blame my cousin Lori for making
Is this the story you asked me for? Okay, never mind. I might have a question later. We're so excited to talk
Well,
about
here's
this.
the story. Netflix was coming to film in my house, and it just so happened that within the prior month or so, as I was out of town, my sprinkler system died, and it was very hot. It was intense, and pretty much everything around my house perished. Almost nothing was spared, and the Netflix crew was still coming, and it was a very good chance to maybe film outdoors around my house, and it was kind of embarrassing, frankly. I struggled with what to do about this, and I hatched this genius plan.
Did you paint the
And
yard?
that plan consisted of, this actually exists, a biodegradable grass paint. And so I whipped this up, and I thought, just go out there and paint a section of grass. Who does that, right? And so I ripped up the packed in the back, and kind of like a weed sprayer, it was great, but it was still hot out. And so I waited until like 2 o'clock in the morning, plus I didn't really want the neighbors seeing I'm painting my grass. That's the level of my editing. And so I embarked on this 2-hour expedition to the grass. And it worked, right? And I had a flashlight out and looking at this. It looks really good. So I went back in feeling very proud of myself. And I heard a noise. And I realized that the spray system that was fixed earlier that day, I just turned on. And so with no hesitation, I pulled out my phone, and it's one of those Roccio systems you control it,
No.
hit the off button, and it wasn't working. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm a sweaty mess in the middle of the night, all my biodegradable paint is washing away. And so I made a run for it, and I made a run, and I came tearing out the front door, and okay, so maybe I'll tip it out.
That actually was an important point.
At
You
that
should
point,
not have left
I
that out.
had removed my clothes, so I had my boxers on. And so I was in this full bore run, and for whatever reason in that moment, I completely forgot about the large oak tree branch. It was right about head height. And I hit that thing hard, like face first, kind of clothespin myself and on the ground, and it knocked me out for a few seconds, knocked the wind out of me. And I woke up and I looked like the Jolly Green Giant. I was covered in green paint, and the sprinklers were going on, and I crawl over and turn it off. And I came back to the house, and I had this raging black eye. I mean, I couldn't even open one eye. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Netflix is going to be here in 9 hours. And sent a picture to Jared saying, would you mind if we reschedule? Which actually the timing ended up working out for a number of reasons, and we did end up rescheduling, so it was okay. But yes, that is the grass paint story.
Do you still have that picture?
I have the picture of my black eye.
I think you should post it on his Facebook or on his website. I think that'd be fun.
Stranger things have happened.
Back to the fun and unbelievably uncomfortable question. Are national parks ruled out?
Oh, I'm not good at it. So that's what I'm saying.
I just don't want to. The key to one direction lies in another. Does this relate to that?
Oh, good.
Lucky number 10 on the checkpoint questions. Is the checkpoint essentially, to its core, and finally connected, related to a topographic feature?
Wow, read that one again.
I figured we were going to go for a double on that. Is the checkpoint essentially, to its core, and finally connected / related to a topographic feature? Good luck.
And finally, Ken, it's tricky worded. I'm not quite sure how to answer this. I mean, probably the most accurate answer based on how I interpret the question is, yes, there's some implication there.
Can you tell us how you know these searchers near the checkpoint?
Nope.
Does it have to do with, does it have to do with the technology or similar concept as layer 5, be it a personal confession / contact or something else? Shall I do that one more time?
Yes.
Okay, great. Can you tell us how you know a searcher was near the checkpoint?
No, I didn't say.
I'm not going to say the exact way, but there are a number of ways that people have conveyed to me where they're searching. That can be through email, Messenger, or through Discord. I can see it on a Facebook forum. I can see it in a number of different venues. And some additional avenues for people as well. And so, in one of those kind of spheres,